Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's week 10 of the NFL season. Welcome to the End Zone. I am your host, Cayenne Scipio. I'm going to introduce the panel to you real quick. Demetrius Carney Chappelle, the ringmaster. We got Robert the Beard Trost. He's in the building, ladies and gentlemen. He couldn't make it last week, but he's here this week on the End Zone. And at the end, we have, last but not least, D. Reeves. I said it, man. That's all you get. All right, ladies and gentlemen, check it out. You can hit us up on the email at TheEndZoneTV1@gmail.com. TheEndZoneTV, followed by the number 1@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on Twitter at TheEndZoneTV. All right, fellas, y'all ready for these questions that we have for you today?
Of course.
All right, here we go. Check it out, fellas. I feel that the hit that Ryan Clark put on Victor Cruz last week was a solid hit. I saw the hit and I thought it was pretty solid. And Ryan Clark still got a helmet call. He got a helmet flag on the play. Do you think that the officials are trying to protect the players too much? And do you think the officials should use instant replay to determine the penalty?
Well, first and foremost for me, any hit on Victor Cruz, since he's a Giant, is a good hit for me because, you know, me being an Eagle fan. So shout out to Ryan Clark, good job. But on the serious tip, man, I truly believe that, honestly, that the refs are babying the NFL now, man. I mean, when I was coming up, when you guys are coming up, even some of our viewers, older viewers that are watching this, they know. Man, look, man, these hits that these guys are taking now, man, you took that all the time. All the time, and now we're babying them. These are $1 million guys out there, $1 million babies. You know, and I ain't talking about the Clint Eastwood movie either. You know, $1 million babies out there, man, that now we gotta baby them. Man, these people pay good money to come and see these guys get hit like that. Now, we're not saying go out there and try to have a Saints bounty or whatever, but at the same time, man, let the boys play, man. That's what they're there for. Let them play. As far as the instant replay, man, if they can implement that and it's successful to where they can actually say, you know what, yeah, that was a bad hit or that was a good hit, then we can go from there. I don't know if they do that when it comes to far as when they review it before they fine them and stuff, but if they do, I think that once they find that it's not a hit, you know, like that, but then again, the game is over, so it doesn't even matter then. So instant replay, yeah, I think we should try it.
All right, the Beard, what you got for us?
I think it was clean. I looked at it, you know, and it looked like it was a good hit to me. My thought process is the refs are just being lazy.
Understood.
They're afraid to take a risk and really try to make the right call, and so they err on the side of caution. And personally, I think that, you know, they are being babied a little bit. You know, these guys are getting paid millions of dollars to go out there and play a physical game. I mean, it's to the point now where they might as well put on flags. I can't even say that. I've played more physical flag football games than some of these guys are playing in the NFL right now.
Wow.
Specifically at the skill positions.
Wow.
You know, it's getting to a point where football is almost, it's a disappointment to watch because the big hits are getting out of the game, and that's a part of it. Like, Monday Night Football, I used to love watching he got jacked up. Is that there anymore?
Nope.
Not at all.
And with the instant replay thing, I know, you know, the NFL's biggest issue with instant replay is trying to keep the games fast. So I think the best way to implement that would be make it a coach's challenge thing. It's not something that's going to be reviewed by the officials, but a coach can challenge it if he feels that it should be challenged. So then that way it's not going to be every single time. And in that issue, make it happen.
Understood.
Yeah, the hit, clean hit. I mean, I watched the replay of it. He dug down, shoulder. Low contact. It was a great hit. Nice hit. I think the referees reacted to the reaction. The people, and they threw the flag.
Yeah.
But the replay most definitely will help. Most definitely. I think because they would have went back, they would have picked the flag up for that play. And 15 yards is a big thing in the NFL.
And I'll tell you what, Victor Cruz could probably go for an Oscar this year because that was a great acting performance.
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brian Clark, good job.
Yeah,
Keep
great
doing what
hit.
you're doing.
Awesome
I'm
hit.
telling you, like I said, any hit on Cruz and anybody from the Giant, Hey, good hits. Keep hitting them.
All right, check it out, fellas. Hey, next question. Who are your early candidates for Rookie of the Year? So far, it's week 10. We're a little over halfway in the season. Hey, who are your early Rookie of the Year candidates?
Well, I'm just gonna make this real quick. Like the first two are obvious to me. It's your number one and your number two picks. You got Andrew Luck and you got RG3. They're putting up numbers that normally starting rookies that's coming out as quarterbacks do not put up. And it's amazing, like especially with Andrew Luck, the record that they have right now. People are not really paying attention to these guys, but right now they're 6-3, man. 6-3, and it's crazy because you're paying attention to Andrew Luck. And then you got the coach that's out right now, and we wish him well and hope that he has a speedy recovery. Be strong, Chuck. But it's just crazy. But you're not really focusing on the team as a whole. I mean, 6-3. So, and of course, from the record that the Redskins had last year to what they're doing now, they still are not where Andrew Luck and the Colts are. But at the same time, they're putting up more wins than they did last year.
Understood.
But my sleeper, and boy, you killed me last week. Boy, you made me lose my undefeated season. I'm not undefeated anymore, thanks to you, Mr. Doug Martin. Boy, you're wrong. That young man, they're wrong, man. And it ain't just last week. He did it the week before, and he did it the week before. Man, look. This man is consistent on what he's doing, man. So those are my three.
I don't think that Doug Martin's a sleeper by anybody because he's come on so strong the last few weeks. If he's not on your Rookie of the Year board, then you obviously don't watch football.
Exactly.
The kid's getting in there, making plays, dominating defenses, completely taking over the game as a rookie. And I'm guilty of what you said. Not paying attention to the Colts and their record. Andrew Luck actually leads the league in passing yards right now as a rookie. Yeah, I was unaware of that until last night. He's definitely number one in my book. Doug Martin is solid number two. RG3's got to be mentioned just because where he was drafted and how the Redskins were starting out. He started out strong. I mean, the way it looked, thought he was going to be the reincarnation of Vic, just a better passer. And my only issue is he's kind of dropped off the last few weeks. The Redskins are kind of struggling. I think he's taking too many hits. In my opinion, those coaches are trying to use him as too much of a running quarterback. Let him throw the ball, let him make reads, let him use his passing ability, and run when a play breaks down.
Yes.
Don't design run plays for the kid because you're going to make his career short and you're not going to let him be successful.
Understood. What you got, D-Reed?
I got Luck at 1. I like RG3 a lot, but Luck doing his thing. You don't even have people asking about Peyton Manning anymore. Not saying that's a comparison, but he's doing his thing.
You ever heard Peyton Manning and Colts in the same sentence in a long time?
Yeah, for real. So I got to give him the luck, man. And then he's doing it with not much of a running game.
Oh yeah,
he don't have much of a running game, but he has a rookie receiver out there too. Ty Hilton. Yeah. He playing good ball too. So, but I got to say luck at this point. But I don't think the Redskins be respected without RG3.
Understood. All right, here we go. Next question. Jerry Jones said he was disappointed in the Cowboys. Do you think that Jason Garrett's time is running out in Dallas? Because, hey, every time you turn on ESPN, they talk about coaches in the hot seat. This person's in the hot seat. Do you think that Jason Garrett is on the hot seat right now?
Per Jerry Jones, he says he's not. But then again, you have owners that say one thing and then eventually they'll do another.
Yes.
They say that what they're doing right now is building for a future. And what they're saying is that he is their future. They're saying that they're building right now, so therefore they're giving him more chances. Now, my thing is, and this is beside me being an Eagles fan and really don't like the Dallas Cowboys, is how many chances do you give somebody?
Yes.
Because he's been there and he's taken this team nowhere. As a coach, normally, they're looking at you to be out of there. But Jerry Jones insists he's our coach. So I'm just going off of what Jerry's saying, and he's saying no right now. He's not ready to leave out of there. Garrett says he's not ready. I mean, you know, it is what it is. But at the same time, how many more seasons do you want to go, Mr. Jones, with this future head coach?
Understood. What you got here?
Man, I forgot my hot seat meter. I think I wrote down what it said though. Yeah, he is. He's on the hot seat. But I think that the person who will go before Jason Garrett is Tony Romo.
Got to.
I think they'll get rid of Romo before they get rid of Garrett.
Gas.
Understood. What you got, D-Ridge?
As far as Jerry Jones being disappointed in the Cowboys, Jerry Jones is the Cowboys. So for him to be disappointed in anybody, he need to look at himself. But I believe the problem is not just the coach, man. I actually like the coach, but I think the problem is the quarterback. They consistently stick to this guy like he's the foundation, and that's a very weak foundation. He's not that guy. Until they get him for competition or change him, they're going to continue to have the same problem.
Continue to struggle. All right, here we go, fellas. Last question of the day. Should Jerry Jones share some of the responsibilities that he has with Dallas Cowboys? He is the president, he's the GM, and he's the director of player personnel. You think that he should hire some more people on to take some of the weight off of him?
Well, once again, I'm going to go back to what Jerry Jones himself said. He just had an interview last week, and someone asked him that. And what they asked him was if he had someone in his GM position, not himself, but someone actually hired in that position, would he have fired them already? His answer was yes. His answer was yes, he would have fired them already. So my thing is, okay, you know that you're doing a bad job as a GM. If you had someone there already and they were doing the job that you're doing right now, you would have already fired them. So therefore, if you would have already fired them, okay, then that means you need to fire yourself, you know, and put in someone that can do this job. You're putting too many hats on, Mr. Owner, and I know you want to keep it all to yourself and the money and all that good stuff, but sometimes a change is needed.
Yes.
You know, and I think it's a time for a change. Do I have any say in a billionaire's life? No, I don't. But hey, you asking me the question, I think, hey, GM, new GM, fire yourself, hire somebody, and see what you get from there.
What you got, Chose?
It's always easy to critique somebody else and hard to critique yourself. You know, it's easy to sit here and point the finger and, you know, not do the same to yourself. But I think he needs to get at least one person in there, whether it's in a GM role, director of player personnel, president of operations, in some kind of role that is going to be more than just an advisor. Someone who will have some kind of say. And you know, and if he's serious about doing that, I can forward my resume over right now. You know, I can help make some good decisions. But yeah, I think he needs to get some more accountability in there, because I guarantee people in that organization are afraid to come up to him and tell him what they think, because he has so much power.
Understand.
You know, if you're my boss and there's nobody above you, you're it. I'm gonna, you know, tend to not critique you or tell you what I think, because I'm gonna be afraid that you're gonna let me go.
Yes.
Good point, man.
Yes. What you got, D-Ridge?
Jerry Jones need to quit a lot of the jobs he do and stick to being owner. Cash, sign the paychecks, and sit up in your booth, come down the sideline when the game about over. That should be the extent of your job. That's it.
Understood. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode of The End Zone. It is episode 2, week 10 of the NFL season. Thank you for joining us, and you can also hit us up. Drop us a line at TheEndZoneTV at TheEndZoneTV1@gmail.com, and you can also hit us up on Twitter at TheEndZoneTV. I'm the host, Kyan Scipio, and for the panel, holla at your boy.